Hello everyone, nice to see you again. In this video, we're going to look at this cute kitty. No, we're not going to look at the cat. That's why the cat has been asking, is he talking about me? So what is the topic you're going to look at? Here, Box and Whisker plot. No wonder the cat was so nervous. Are they talking about me? No, we're definitely not talking about the kitty cat, but surely it is quite cute, right? But I'm going to tell you and going to take you through the next few minutes to see there is something also quite cute. Yeah, and it is found in mathematics. Let's go here. Let's find out what is a box and whisker plot look like. Ta-da! Here you see, as the word was mentioned there, box. That's why you have a box, and there is the word says, as the name says, it has whisker, and in fact, it has a pair of whiskers. All right. So now let's hop on to the main key points about box and whisker plot. In the whole thing, actually, we just need to focus on 5 key values. Now, let's start it and look at them one by one. Okay, I will start it off with the first pair. The first pair, which I will say the minimum and maximum. Well, that is just simply as what we have learned in our junior secondary, where the lowest value of the data that we have collected, and that's what was shown there in the minimum, and the maximum is the biggest, the highest value that we have got collected from our survey, and that is displayed by the lower whisker and the upper whisker, minimum and maximum. All right, so now we were going to look at the third value. This value is kind of interesting. It is inside the box, and as you see the name there, it is called median. Well, you are familiar with the name, isn't it? Yeah, median. Median is just kind of like the average value of all the data that you have collected. Okay, quite straightforward. Now we go to the next two. Okay, that is the last 2 key values that we're going to look at. And here we go. The lower quartile and the upper quartile. Well, where are they located at? They are located, the lower quartile is at the lower end of the box, which is near to the minimum. The upper quartile is at the top end of the box, which is nearer to the maximum. And I think the lower and upper is quite straightforward. You will find it so easy to remember. Now the quartile again, the name itself, the nouns itself give you an easy way to remember. Quartile just connected to quarter. So it is the quarter. All right. So therefore, lower quartile, it just means 1/4 from the lowest of the value. And then the upper quartile, they're just telling you the 3/4 of the whole value. All right. So you can also say the lower quartile is the value of the lower 25%, and the upper quartile, it just simply says the 75%. And then coming back to the median, median is at the 50%, or 1/2, 1/2 of the value. All right, and we're going to look at the final one. Yeah, you notice that you're going to say, no, you say 5 value, how come you say another one? Yeah, no, it is important, but of course it's not 5 of the value, but this one was derived from them. Okay, this is the one that I'm sure you have already known what is the thing that I'm talking about. Yes, interquartile range, and we short form it as IQR. And how do we define them? Kind of straightforward. What do we remember about range when we previously learned? Range is about what? Got it. Range simply means the highest value minus the lowest value. Yes, the same idea works here. Interquartile range, it just simply means you take the higher value minus the lower. You know that I did not say the highest minus the lowest. Got it? So now we are not taking the highest. Remember, not the maximum minus the minimum, but in fact, we take the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. Got it? So that's, you have got the whole main idea, the main features that is mentioned on display in the box and whisker plot. Now the next question. What are the information that they convey through this plot? Though it is cute, but what do they mean to us? Okay, now in the next two slides, we're going to tell you the next two value. In fact, there is only two, not value. There are two main information that this plot is conveying to you. Now, the first information is they convey to us about average or mean. Now, the next thing is which features of the plot telling us this information. It is the median. Yeah, you got that. Yes, it is by looking at the median, we know the average of this survey that we are looking at. Then we go to the last slide, the second and the final value this plot is conveying to us. The next information, you got that. It is about vary or spread. And it just says how do we know the gap between the highest to the lowest? For example, the richest in the community and the lowest in the community of the poorest. All right. So how big was the wealth gap? All right. So now that's where we talk about how wide is the spread. All right. Or we also use the word vary. How much vary is the data in the sample that we are studying. All right. And which part of the features of the plot telling us this? There we go. Yes, it is shown to us through interquartile range. Let's revise again. How do we get interquartile range? It is not featured. It is not explicitly shown and drawn it. But how do we get that? Are you going to say yes? It is all displayed there. Yeah. It is taking the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. That's it. We have done all the key points about box and whisker plot. But before we end this video, let's take a practical exercise. And I have chosen a past year paper on this topic. And this is selected from specimen paper on paper 2, which is the specimen paper for 2020. And it is on question 24. Let's take a look at the question. It reads, these box and whisker plots show the monthly electricity cost for 100 different households who use electrical company or spark company. And then you notice, yeah, there are two box and whisker displayed side by side on the same grid. And it was also clearly named for us. The top box and whisker is the result from surveying electrical company, and the bottom box and whisker is the surveying we found from the household who is engaging from spark company. Now, we have learned all the key features, keeping that 5 values and the 1 derived value of interquartile range in mind, and also the true information that the plot is conveying to us. Now read the question. Tom says that the monthly cost with electro company are lower and very less than with spark company. So Tom make 2 interpretation, and hence he draw 2 conclusion. Now the next question is Tom correct? Yeah, well, you're going to verify that. Is Tom correct? And the question stated, justify your answer with reference to the box and whisker plot. Let's go and take a look. Okay, I started plotting, not plotting, but plot in some of the key features. Okay, and here, before we begin actually put down a pen and writing something, it is always best to start with studying the information that was represented there. Here we go. Tom said that monthly costs with electro company are lower. So this is the first statement that Tom has made. He said the monthly cost of electro company is lower. So we're going to verify that. And then second one, and they say the electro company vary less than with spark company. Now, before we review to the detail the solution, let us do some recap for the first part of the conclusion. Tom's supposed to draw this conclusion based on what feature? Yes, you got that. He's supposed to draw the conclusion by looking at the median. I'm going to put in the correlation corresponding color. Yes, this is the median. We have learned from the key points slides just now. The line in the box represents the median, and therefore we know from the median, we notice that the median of electro company reading down from the line all the way down to the scale, we know that it is 52. And then the median of spark company reading down, we notice that it is 46. And we know that electro company, the monthly cost is more expensive. All right, and Tom seems to kind of making a wrong statement. All right, so hold on. Before we put into writing, let's go to analyze the second part, the second statement Tom has made. He said that electro company vary less than spark. Now, which part of the features are you going to look at? Yes, we're going to look at the IQR, the interquartile range. But IQR is not featured on the plot. So therefore, we're going to take out our pen and going to read on the features respectively. We have learned the IQR is derived from upper quartile minus lower quartile. Let's read them respectively. Okay, from the electro company, you just go to the chart. The upper end of the box represent upper quartile. Reading down all the way to the scale, you notice that it is 60. And then the lower quartile of electro company, same thing. The bottom part of the box or the left end of the box, coming down, you read that as 42. Then by taking the upper quartile minus the lower quartile, you get 60 minus 42, and then you get 18. All right. Then you do the same observation And notation, the upper quartile for Spark is 64. The lower quartile of the Spark is 38. Then you bring this to value and you take the upper quartile minus the lower quartile, then you got 26. Now, they vary how wide is the spread depending on IQR, and you know from here the IQR for electro company is 18. The IQR interquartile range for Spark is 26. Obviously, electro company very lesser than Spark company. And coming back to the statement that Tom has made, yes, you can validate Tom's conclusion. He made the correct statement but regarding the vary, and he has made a wrong statement pertaining to the mean. Let's note that down before we put into further writing. This is wrong. Tom was wrong. He was correct. Now you have got that in mind. Let's put into writing. Bearing in mind, we need to make the statement whether Tom is correct or wrong, and not stopping there. We're supposed to justify your answer with reference with a box and whisker plot. So we need to do both of them, and by doing both of them, 4 marks is waiting for you. That is 2 marks from the first part of the statement and 2 marks for the second part of the statement. All right, so now let's go. I've just simply putting down the first point. Tom is partially correct. Yep, then we elaborate further. The first bullet corresponding to the monthly cost, which one is cheaper, which one is more costly. Then we say Tom is wrong. Justify, the median of electro company is 52, whereas the median of the Spark company is only 46. Therefore, monthly cost of electro company is higher. Okay, once again, let's take a look here. Electro company 52 and Spark 46. Looking at the median, it conveyed to us the information about the average. Then we have done the first statement. Now we go to the second statement. The monthly cost varying. Tom is correct. Congratulations, Tom. And justify. The IQR of electro company is 18, while the IQR of Spark company is 26. Therefore, electro company is truly varies lesser than Spark company. 18. Electro company vary only 18, whereas Spark, you notice that they have 26. That's it. So you have, by observing the box and whisker, recalling the 5 value, the lowest one is the minimum, and then going down to the lower part of the box, which is what? Yes, lower quartile, going to the middle of the middle line in the box, which is the median, and going to the top end of the box that gives us upper quartile, and all the way the end of the right hand whisker give us the highest or the maximum value. Then the last but not least information is the interquartile range. It is obtained or derived by taking the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. And that's it. So I wish you all the best, and really going to enjoy how cute this plot is and how rich the information, how creative this plot can actually, using a cute diagram. It's almost as cute as a cat all right? And yet it still conveys such a rich and so much of idea that we can get from it. All right, so congratulations, you have come to the end of this lesson and also come with the solutions of one of the past paper question. We'll come back and we're going to see you again real soon. I'm going to explore more of the teaching and also the solutions for the past papers or the topics. You may contact me, and then whatever topics or papers that you wanted to look at, then I will try to produce the video and I will upload it as fast as I can. And let's have happy learning to all of you. Bye.